Wow. Out of time. Have you ever felt like that? Out of time, hanging on a ledge, wondering, oh my, what on earth am I going to do? And in that moment of panic, when you feel like you're out of time, what do you do? Because it is in that moment of decision that sometimes become the most critical decisions that you actually make in your business. Sometimes it's in the midst of chaos where you as a leader have to bring comfort and order and sensibility. And as a leader, and someone just commented earlier about that, hey, this is really a lot about leadership. You're right. Chapter 1 is all about leadership. That's why it's a chapter 1. Because as a leader and as a marketer, and this is why I put this up there, it says, in this movie, it said, because nothing is what it seems. In other words, the things that we thought were happening were not happening. And that's what's going on in marketing today. In marketing today, you have, as I shared in a very opening statement, you have a lot of lying going on. And because we have a lot of lying going on, people are losing faith in what they're seeing and in what they're hearing. There's a credibility gap between company to customer, between the product and the people. And you've got to somehow, in my view, I believe, bridge that gap where you're communicating with integrity, irregardless of what may the consequences be. I would rather have someone tell me my product stinks than someone tell me my product is great, but they'll never buy it again because they don't want to tell me my product stinks. I would rather have somebody tell me, you know, your company personnel are terrible, not so that I can go to HR and document and fire, which I think is so wrong, but so that I can go to HR and say, hey, we need to develop this person. How do we develop this person so that they don't make that same mistake? So like the IBM CEO who said, hey, why would I fire him? I just invested $680,000 to train him. This is a change of thought process. It's a different paradigm shift. It's looking at your company and looking at your people, because the people are your company, and it's looking at them with care. Because if you look at them with care and you care about them, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And when you begin to care about people, then they're going to start to care about you. And they're going to care about your organization. But what's happening today is that people are looking at people as utilities. They're using people to accomplish a desired end. They're not looking at people as investments that they personally need to make. And in my view, when you're able to look at people as investments, you're beginning to care and develop what I think has been lost. Companies used to look at each other as family. That's how it was even in a big corporation like IBM. If you're in IBM, nobody got fired in IBM. You were part of the family. That was the culture. That's what my dad taught me as a young 15-year-old. He talked about when you have a company, it's a family. And we've lost that today. And that's why people today are going from company to company. That's why they have a job and they're looking for a job at the same time. And you know how much productivity is lost because of that? Countless of hours. They're not focusing on your job at all. They're looking for their next job, and they're just hoping that you don't find out. That's a bad way to do business, but it's your fault as a leader. If you create the culture of that, then that's what you're going to have. But if you can create a culture of care, if you can create a culture of development, of training, of helping folks, well, now you're going to be able to develop something what I believe will stop this. Folks, one of the purposes of this book is to get you to slow down. The reason why people are out of time, going frantic and crazy, that's what I wanted you to see. I wanted you to see the frenetic pace that Denzel was on. He was going crazy trying to figure out what to do. And he was on such a frenetic pace that there was no way he could think this thing through. And today, you actually have to do the opposite. You really have to get in an airplane and take the 30,000 foot level and look at your life. What on earth am I doing? Look at your business. What on earth am I doing? Look at your protege. Who on earth am I mentoring to develop and take this thing over or take over my position? What am I doing with my children? What am I doing? In other words, what am I doing with my own talents? Am I developing? Am I growing? These are all questions that this book's going to challenge you to plan. You've got to plan, you've got to evaluate, and you've got to prove not only your marketing plan, brand, and sales approach, but I believe your vision, mission, priorities, and values. I think those four are very key in life: mission, vision, priority, and values. And if you could look at what is your mission, you're going to get a vision. And if you get a vision, then you're going to understand what those priorities are for that vision, what you want to accomplish, and then you're going to understand the values of that. I was very fortunate about that Success Motivation Institute program. You know what it did? The very first part of the program was write down 100 things you want to accomplish in life. And then it broke it down into 6 different categories: your social life, your mental life, your educational life, your financial life. You know, it had it all broken down. You know, you want to know what's interesting about that? Out of those 100, by the time I was 30 years old, because that was my benchmark for me, I had accomplished 78 of those 100. Because I had a focus, I had a plan, I had a target, I went after it, and I accomplished it.